Even death could not silence him. This is the voice of Martinez Zogo, a renowned radio host in Cameroon. He was abducted and later assassinated in January in circumstances that are still unclear. Colleagues at the Amplitude FM radio station where he worked have left tributes to him in the lobby. They are still in shock at the killing but must keep the channel going.
Good morning, everyone.
The morning editorial meeting starts off with a minute's silence in memory of Martinez Zogo. 3 months after his death, the team is still adjusting to the absence of the popular presenter.
When we leave our homes and arrive at the radio station, the first thing we notice is the memorial in the lobby. When we see it, it makes us want to cry.
For 12 years, Martinez Zogo was host of the morning current affairs show Embouteillage. He condemned corruption and the embezzlement of state funds by members of government, going as far to accuse officials by name. The station hasn't replaced him, choosing instead to rebroadcast his old episodes.
You can still hear Martinez Zogo in this studio between 9:30 a.m. and noon. We've decided to play recordings of his program because we want to immortalize his spirit. We will keep airing his show until we get justice for his assassination. His show, Embouteillage, will almost be the same, but will eventually get a new host.
Zogo's death sent shockwaves through Cameroon, and it exposed the plight of journalists and whistleblowers who uncover potentially damaging information. Paul Chuta was abducted by unknown men one evening last year in the capital's Damas neighborhood.
This is the exact spot where I was kidnapped. They drove off after taking me. I was taken to a car and we left. You can understand it was a well-organized plan.
He was taken to the highway leading to the Simalen airport on the outskirts of Yaoundé. His captors threatened to kill him over his work.
As soon as we took off, they took off my clothes and covered my face. They asked me to put my hands on my head while looking straight ahead. Later, they asked me to look down for about 8 kilometers. They kept hitting me, and all the while they threatened to kill me because I'm hard-headed. They accused me of trying to be a martyr. I was asked to say my last prayers because they'd come to kill me. It was here.
The reporter was tortured and left for dead on this patch of wasteland.
They made me take off my trousers. I was left naked, like a worm. One after the other, they hit me with stones. I started coughing up blood. I played dead, but they didn't stop. I lost consciousness and stayed there on the ground for about 30 minutes.
We caught up with Christophe Bobiokono, the publisher of Kalara newspaper, which reports on legal affairs.
In a moment, we'll talk about our new publication.
The newspaper has reported on the possible motives behind Zogo's killing. Convinced that the journalist became a target over his outspoken criticism of the government and possible corruption. His assassination has created a climate of fear in Cameroonian newsrooms.
Seeing what was done to the remains of Martinez Zogo, thrown into the open with everything that we saw, it seemed like a warning sign to journalists, especially to those dealing with certain sensitive stories. We are aware that we should exercise our duty with care. That's our job. It's our mission. We will continue doing it, but we are aware that danger is always so close.
The investigation into Zogo's death is ongoing. The 3 main suspects are Amogo Belinga, the owner of Anecdote Media Group, comprising Vision 4 Television, as well as 2 top officials of the Cameroonian Secret Service. They have been charged with torture, an accusation which doesn't sit well with barrister Asira.
We are all surprised by the fact that it was only a torture charge, which suggests that the death was unintentional, when it is obvious that they intended to kill him. Even giving the benefit of the doubt, it would still have been better to have a broad indictment, including everything, even if later that led to some charges being dropped. The conditions surrounding this indictment suggest that it won't be a fair trial.
Cameroon ranks 118 out of 180 countries for press freedom, according to Reporters Without Borders.